And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
All right, let's practice something here, Melody. What's your favorite pizza topping? Ready, set, sync, jalapenos.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, what's yours? Nothing? Okay. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Ready, set, sync.
Chocolate.
Cookie dough. All right. Who's the better player of all the games we play against? Ready, set, sync. Me. Did we agree there? Anyway, that's kind of the focus point of Sync Up. Sync Up is a game in which you are trying to say the same thing as other players. And in actuality, it's a pretty fun... We'll see what we think of this party game. We'll be right back. Each player in the game places their pawn on start, and then you're going to use a turn tracker card depending on how many players are in the game, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So let's say it's a 5-player game and these are the players playing. What's going to happen is each round of the game you're going to be paired off with different people. And so let's say nobody wants to be a pair with Ryan S, which seems fairly legitimate, and that's fine, but they're going to have to at some point during the game. So if Ryan would go first and he's paired with partner 2 in his first turn, so he's partnered with Eric. The next time he's going to be partnered with Tom. Then he'll be partnered with Jeff and then with Sam. And as you finish each round, you'll check that off. Now what you're trying to do over the course of this game is 2 things. The pair of partners are working together and a card is going to be drawn for them. So let's say, for example, this card here has been drawn for them, which says Florida. And they're going to try to answer all 4 of these questions in sync. Before they do that, though, everyone else who has betting cards that are from 0 to 4 is going to secretly bet how many answers they think the pair is going to sync up on. And then the pair will sync together. Now the way that works is another person is going to read them. They're not going to show the card. No one shows the card before everyone makes their bet. They just hear the category, Florida. And the reader then is going to read these to each person, to the pair. So he would say an animal associated with Florida. Then he would say, ready, set, sync. And both players have to answer at the exact same time. You can't drag out your answers. You can't try to say what the other person says. You say the first thing that pops into your head, and hopefully you match the other person. Let's play this along here at home, okay? You're playing with me. Isn't this great? You're watching a video review, and you get to play a game. So here we go. You're going to say it with me. After I say the word sync, you'll say your answer for that. So cheese. Here we go. Ready? A color of cheese. Ready, set, sync, yellow. Now hopefully you said yellow, because if you did, then we matched. A vegetable that melted cheese is put on. Ready, set, sync, broccoli. A type of cheese used to make a cheeseburger. Ready, set, sync, Swiss. Well, it should be anyway. Blank and cheese. Ready, set, sync, ham. Okay, was that hard? Well, let's try this one here. Famous women. Martha Blank. Ready, set, sync, Stewart. Elizabeth Blank. Ready, set, sync, Taylor. Oprah Blank. Ready, set, sync, Winfrey. Jackie Blank. Ready, set, sync, Chan. Hopefully you matched up with me all 4 times because my answers were right. One syllable men's name starting with a T. Ready, set, sync, Tom. Starting with a B. Ready, set, sync, Bob. Starting with a P. Ready, set, sync, Pete. Starting with a G. Ready, set, sync, Greg. Now, of course, we could do that all day long. There's 2 different sides, different colors. It doesn't really matter which side you have. But it's really funny. And for each answer that you sync with your partner, you are going to get to move 2 spaces on the board. If other people correctly guessed how many you get answers you get right, they get to go forward 1, 2. So you're playing even on other people's turn. A star means if you get all 4 right, you get to go an extra space. And this U-turn symbol here says if you don't match any, which happens a lot with the other person, then you actually go back a space. And we keep going till someone gets to the winner spot. There are some spots where you have to close your eyes when you do it, which honestly doesn't really make a difference, but it can seem to make a difference. The first person to get to the winner circle in the middle is the winner of the game.
I really have a hard time picking pizza toppings.
For some players, this game's going to be crazy annoying because they don't sync with anybody on anything. Point them out. Yes, I knew it. You don't agree with anybody on anything. But it is a lot of fun. Sometimes you can play where you try to think of what the other person's going to say, but usually you just say the first thing that pops in your head. Allowing the other players to bid on it is also very fun. Now, this is from the folks who brought us Telestrations, so I expect another good party game, and this one works well. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really fun, but like you said, it was kind of hard saying the same thing as the other. I was like having a hard time. I'm like, huh? And also, it's kind of going a little too fast for me.
It is fast. It's a fast-paced game. It doesn't allow people to sit and think for a long time. Just say the first thing that pops in your head. And that's something I do like about this. Now, I took the cards out of this and actually took it to a youth group and just played in a bigger, larger setting with that, and that also worked well. And that's one of the things I like about that. I like any party game that I can take parts of the party game out and then expand them into large groups. Telestrations let me do the same thing. Time's Up, Apples, Apples. And this is another game that allows that, and I find that very entertaining. It's especially entertaining as kind of an icebreaker. You bring two people up and you say, okay, here we go, and you see what they say. Whether they match or not, it's still a fun game. And so I have to give this one a good seal of approval for me. I like it a lot. And you?
Yay!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.